I was outside with the other kids. I have 4 girls in total. So Kira and Zara had decided they wanted to go in for sweeties because we'd just been at kickboxing. So I was waiting in the car with the other girls, and they two went into the shop, and Kira was holding her hand, and they went up, and the dog was in the shop at the time. It was a shop owner's dog, and it was sitting just right at the side of the till. And basically Kira just went in and she was asking a question, about something to do with what she wanted to buy, and the dog just obviously lunged for Zara and bit her on the face. At which point, Kira was in total shock. The lady dragged, the lady dragged the dog away into one of the back rooms, and just kind of locked it away and just shut it in there. So Kira ran outside the shop and she just started, I could see her screaming in the street, and I was like, what's happening? Can I get out of the car? And I was like, right, hurry up, you come down here and exchange with me. And I ran up and she was just shouting something about Zara's been bit. So I ran into the shop and Zara was just standing there and just, in shock, and I could see her face, and I was like, do you know what's happened? And the woman was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know how this has happened, and it's my partner's dog, and I was just looking after it for 5 minutes, and I don't know what's happened. And she was a bit in shock as well. So I grabbed, there was a couple of tissues on the counter, and I grabbed them and just kind of held on the sides of her face with it. And she was standing on the latch at the door. And at the time, I can remember she was just like, the dog won't get put down, will it? Nothing's going to happen to the dog, is it? And I was like, listen, see, right now, I couldn't care less. Just let me please out the shop so I can take my daughter to the hospital. And she was just like, oh, right, okay, opened the door. And we all just ran down into the car. But this wee one was she was in shock, so she was kind of in and out of consciousness the whole time in the car. Just kind of flopping. So I had sat Kira in the back with her, and she was just kind of holding on to her. And she was